What's going on, guys? I'm here to finish up Zach's LS VTEC turbo build, and I got a few things to do before I start trying to do some power pulls on the dyno. As y'all saw, already broken the engine on the dyno, did 100 miles of mostly D-cell. We did 2 oil changes already. Engine's pretty clean. We're gonna do spark plugs, the new injectors, after I do the relay kit to the fuel pump, and then throw on the little breather cap that he got. It's like an adapter to put on 2 10-AN bunks to the breather cap where the oil cap is. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, and then I'll set y'all up. I might try Beast Cam and see if it can pick up better footage. I don't know how the audio is gonna do because there's 3 formats to choose from, and I don't know which one's the best or what they even mean, so bear with me, guys. What's up, guys? I got the JDT fuel pump hot wire kit, aka relay kit. This is it right here. JDT fuel pump wiring kit. JDT Racing fuel pump rewire kit. It comes with instructions. Real men don't use those, so you got your hot wire. This is gonna go from your battery, so run it to your battery. Don't hook it up yet. It's got a fusible link here. Basically, you're gonna run this to the back or to your fuel pump or where you're gonna mount your relay, and then it's got a couple little connectors and zip ties to tuck it away nicely. And then this is it. Basically, it's pretty much just a generic relay. I mean, all relays serve one purpose, is to control the low side circuit to a high side circuit, and really all you're doing is upgrading the wiring so that way it doesn't overload the wire. It can melt wires if your pump is pulling too much amperage. There he is right there. There's his QR. Maybe one day he'll sponsor me. Comes with a little separate ground. I like to use this ground for the pump hanger to chassis, even though it's already grounded to the chassis. It gives it more ground like this. I haven't had any issues doing it that way. Then a little bit of loom to hide the feed wire. So we're gonna get all that into the car. First things first, I like to find a nice place where this is gonna hide. So you can hide wires pretty easy if you have enough wiring, but he's got interiors, so I'm gonna find a spot where this will mount or hide away. Alright, guys, quick little recap on the relay kit. We got battery in, we got relay ground, 12-volt signal from the stock pump wire, and then we got our yellow hot wire powering the pump, and we got a standalone fat ground. Keep all the heat and noise out of it. And let me prime it for y'all. Alright, guys, I don't remember where we left off, but basically the 2000cc injectors are in, EV1 connectors. I got the injector RPM signal to the knock monitor pro. That is what we are using to make sure we're not in detonation. And the knock sensor is right about there. Oof. Yeah, I should be able to see it right there. Yeah, so pretty much all ready. Hellcat relay, just to recap, Hellcat 525 relayed fuel pump, E85 2200cc 100 tune injectors, piston rod, LS VTEC precision 6262. Probably our limiting factors are going to be maybe the intercooler, and we're going to pray that we don't run into any detonation, so we stay the stock sleeves alive. It is not block guarded CSS sleeve, nothing, stock block with pistons and rods in it, springs, retainers, type R cams. Not quite 550, but we're at 517. 21 pounds. We'll let it cool down a little bit. We might try to put a little more in it.
Making it feel bad. You should have stayed.
Hey, you like the marketplace? What? Looking at marketplace for a civic, girl.
Basically all the runs were on the tripod and it filmed the whole dyno session. I didn't talk to the camera or nothing, just maybe one time to explain when we stopped around 515. But basically I'm just gonna run through all the dyno graphs. Don't mind this is the old owner of the dyno. It's not his test facility anymore. It is here at RACE-ALOT garage now, but I have not changed the license just because Dynamite is actually no more. So it'd be hard to try to get a new license. But anyways, here's the runs. We got, as you can see down here, 3 psi, basically all motor. I made 222, and then third pull, I don't know what happened. Basically, probably didn't hit the data logger. That was first. This looks like the first VTEC pull. Made 324, and then we got boost cut. We can see it was on the way up to whatever that would have been at 5500, and then looks like I raised the boost cut to 20 here, and this is 20 psi, and it only made 408 because we only had 12 degrees of timing. So then at that point, I'm pretty sure I started doing ignition. Yeah, so 21 pounds, 15 degrees, and these are all, you know, making the power on about 1150 air fuel, some slightly richer, some slightly leaner. So this is the same 21 pounds, but additional timing, and it made 460. And 21 plus 2. This is timing only, guys. This is the power of running E85, being able to achieve damn near MBT on whatever boost you're at. As you can see here, 460, right? At 460 at 15 degrees, and then 2 more degrees, same boost, went up about 30 horsepower from 2 degrees. That's a good sign that when your car goes up at least 10 horsepower per degree of timing, that means you're still not at MBT yet. So I was trying to achieve MBT, meaning mean best timing or mean best torque. In this case, I was going for the max power, trying to reach the 550 horsepower goal that the owner had, and then 21 with 2 more, so we should be at 17, and then this should be, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This should be 21 pounds at about 19 degrees, and you can see from 17, you're not even making, you know, somebody would call that 500, but at 21 pounds, we have not technically cracked 500 yet. So 2 more degrees puts us well. Oh shit, I cracked. Hold on, I clicked the wrong one. It's back there somewhere. It's lost. Right here, 517, guys, with 2 more degrees. Officially, we cracked the 500 mark here on 21 pounds. Now, we were stuck. Remember, we were stuck in the 460 range, 21 pounds, right? But only 15 degrees. So add 4 degrees to that, you're looking at if it's still on the way up to MBT, you're looking at 10 horsepower per degree. So from 15 to 19 is 4 degrees. So we should see at least a 40 horsepower gain in timing only if we're still on the way to MBT. And this is the graph there, so you can see we actually achieve more than 10 horsepower per degree of timing. So this is 21 pounds at 19 degrees of ignition. Air fuel is still looking good and everything. And then I don't know if y'all can see here, I accidentally so I think I had boost cut already at like 30 pounds, but what happened here is I hit boost cut because I remember I was at 80% pulse width modulation on the electronic boost controller, or the MAC valve. It's a 3-port, and when after this pull, I think it went from 80 to 85, and it ran away. I turned up boost cut, didn't save the run where it boost cut. I think it was like 415, and it was only at like 7,000. What y'all are gonna see here, guys, is 29 pounds tipping the boost cut, and I highly do not recommend this on a stock sleeve motor, just because the 81 millimeters are known to be max effort at at 500 horsepower, 600 horsepower, and numerous people have cracked the sleeves at 600 horsepower pretty regularly. Now this is very dependent on, is there any detonation during this time? Is there any harsh limiters during this time? Is there any pre-ignition, breakup, high EGTs, you name it, guys. The conditions have to be just right, and by just right, I mean you almost have to have a perfect tune and a perfect supporting mod, a cooling system, your intake temps, your EGTs, your timing, everything has to be just right to sustain this on stock sleeves, guys. By no means did I tell the owner that this is completely safe. I told him, look, 550 is already pushing it and we should stop there. But I was watching the wideband, and the air fuel was good, and it didn't hit a hard cut. It did boost cut at 7,000, so it was still on its way up. But I told the owner, said, look, we should probably dial it back. Now, sometimes when you're on boost control, things can get finicky at that 80% range. The solenoid more likely was already capped out at 80%. So by going to 85, I basically shut thing and or stuck it open or stuck it shut. I forget which one it is. I think normally closed is 0 boost on the 3-port, and then fully open is all the air going from the source to the top that the 3-port can flow. So that means whatever the 5-pound spring was doing, it was getting 29 pounds on top of it, and it was not really letting the gate creep open so much. So that's how come we hit the 29 pounds. And yeah, that netted us 608 horsepower and 455 torque. And for the H-beams, that's fine. This is the very tippy limit of also the Nippon Racing pistons. Guys, that is a cast piston. It is not meant for 600 horsepower. I think on some of the ads, people claim that they're safe up to 600, 650. But like I said, the conditions have to be perfect. Had this been on the way up to 600 and I had even 2 counts of detonation, we may have let a sleeve go. We might have shattered the piston where the wrist pin sits. It might have blown through the piston. I mean, you can't expect this on an unsleeved only piston and rod motor to last super long. If anything, you know, and it tunes on point and you never detonate, you never break up, you may last a little while. Not from the sheer power, you're gonna hurt stuff, but you might start to I say walk the sleeves a little bit. And when you vibrate, say your open deck, no CSS, no block guard, no sleeves, open wet sleeves, stock sleeves, right, are just open, they can start to shift a little bit and at extreme pressures that they were never intended for, and the sealing ring of the gasket can start to have so much vibration that you can push compression out of there. This power can release and lift through the head, push a gasket, and that is kind of where you start running into issues at 600 horsepower and above with stock sleeves. Now, I did recommend the owner a Pro Seal, a JE Pro Seal, and I believe this is why we sealed the power with not even pushing in an ounce of coolant. Because the JE Pro Seal has a very large ridge, and what I'm doing with my fingers, I'm imagining the cylinder, the sleeve, the stock sleeve, it's got a little indentation where it seals the compression for the head gasket, and I believe it's slightly better than a Cometic. A Cometic, it seems a little more flat, and when you squish it, yes, it glues down, and yes, if you have ARPs, you're clamping pretty hard, but the ridge is almost like a fire ring on a JE Pro Seal. It's not, I'm telling you, the guys, the block is stock, their head is stock, there's no fire slots, no rings, I mean, no fire rings, no grooves, nothing like that. This is a ARP, regular ARP head studded JE Pro Seal motor, and that was the absolute limit that I would have ever tried to achieve. But like I said, the air fuel were good. And basically I tried to dial it back just a hair, and we went down to, that was 27 pounds, and this is pretty much where we left the car, at 27 pounds. He said, will it live there? I said, look, man, we already got lucky hitting the 600 horsepower on these stock sleeves. I'm not going to promise anything. I know the rods can do it. I'm sure the pistons will be okay if you're not sitting on limiter or having any detonation, which I did have the knock sensor on. We didn't have any detonation. This was around 18 degrees of timing, and I didn't feel safe going any higher than that to risk, you know, having even a 1 count of detonation, because that could have been it for the engine. So we turned it down to this. Y'all see him do a test drive on this 27 pounds, and it actually was creeping to the 29 because it was loading up heavier on the street, boost cutting. So then he actually had me turn it down a little bit more, and this is a 17 psi, was in 3rd gear. So in 3rd gear we're looking at 485. That was about 60% duty cycle on the boost control, so that netted us the 17 psi, 485 in 3rd, and then 4th gear, it was hitting maybe 21 pounds. So you could call it this one right here, 21 psi is about 517. He did do a couple of 4th gear pulls, and it would hit about 24, 25. I never data logged 2425, but I believe that was right around his 550 mark. And yeah, we pretty much have it there right now around the 2122 mark, depending on how much traction you get, guys. This is a lot of power for fourth gear, even with a small tire, and if it spins, it technically doesn't fully load up. So he's in the mid fives, low fives, depending on traction. He hit boost cut a couple times. He actually melted the wastegate line. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a rundown on the actual runs. I did not leave it at the 608. Now, if it's hitting the 29 pounds loading up, then it is very well at the 600 horsepower range. And I told him, you know, we shouldn't leave it there, but it's his car, and he knows he signed the waiver, he knows the risks, and he's gonna get a sleeve block on the way, guys. Not, you know, super soon, not relatively soon, but we are not done here. That's where I want to leave that. We're not done here. So there may be a Zach part 5 here in the future. But for now, guys, I just want to thank everybody who's watching these vlogs. I have had a great time on my very first customer build, full build, in and out. Zach dropped the car off, said give me 500, and that's what we did. And I'm very happy that it was that smooth. They don't always go that smooth, guys. A lot of setups have hiccups here, there, and there's a lot of things that can blindside you and ruin your dyno session. We did actually spin the alternator belt, like shifted or whatever, came loose, something like that. And so we got lucky, you know, we aborted the mission. 600, yeah, turn it down, get it off, clean it up on the street. That's what we did. And y'all will see a little test drive here and there. Zach and Ram drove it, but the car was like on the verge of spinning every single gear. So don't get mad, guys. I mean, it's been a long time for them to drive something like that, and it's not good on a road we were on with a street tire. You know, we're gonna hopefully take this car to the track on a slick and see if it'll stick, but we just have the short little test drive. You know, they weren't trying to go crazy and bang gears and miss gears. They were just kind of babying it, honestly. But I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog, guys. Till next time, hit that like button if you like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell if y'all want to see part 5. Y'all want updates, follow the social medias, and I'll try to keep y'all updated on Zach's little LS VTEC coupe, guys. See y'all later. What's going on, guys? I just wanted to film a quick disclaimer. Now, I know I'm sharing a lot of information with you guys, and I'm happy to do so, guys. I love sharing my experience as a tuner, as a builder, and I think that sharing the knowledge is really where some channels shine, is because the information you receive for channels can be motivating for your own build. But I just wanted to throw a quick disclaimer: do not copy and paste values you see on the channel. You need to take your approach. My approach is very simple, and it can be very effective. But if you think you're gonna plug in, you know, if you think you're gonna go out on 29 pounds and the 18 degrees, if you do not have the supporting mods to deter knock or to contain that kind of horsepower, you will grenade your engine. This particular setup had enough flow not to knock at 18 degrees at 29 pounds. It had good enough intake temps. There are so many variables, guys. I just want to warn you, take this stuff with a grain of salt. Take it as entertainment. I'm not telling you that this timing and this boost is going to make this power in your car. I just need to throw that out there. I'm willing to share my data logs, my graphs. It's no secret. Tuning is a science. There's no secret to it. Take your approach, be safe, use the Knock Monitor Pro or some form of knock detection, and get out there and try to achieve what you're trying to achieve, guys, but be safe about it. Do not just copy and paste stuff. It's a blessing to have a dyno, yes, but you can achieve this kind of stuff on the street, monitoring knock and intake temps, and just making sure that you have clean ignition, reading plugs. We didn't show it, but we check plugs between rungs, just to make sure, you know, the knock sensor isn't missing anything that I'm not seeing, because I wasn't logging individual EGTs. So you can still burn a hole. It's not just knock that hurts a motor. And yeah, before I keep rambling more than 5 minutes, it's already been 2 minutes. Please do not copy and paste things you see on here, guys. Take it as entertainment. motivation. It's not hard out there to hurt stuff, and more often than not, you get lucky than you get exactly what you want. I'm just gonna say that Zach got very lucky. I got lucky. We made the 608 and didn't crack a sleeve or lift the head from sheer cylinder pressure, because the engine was not built for 608. It's a piston rod, spring retainer, ARP, regular head studs, not L19s, not fire slotted. I mean, not fire ring, not no sleeve, nothing. Open deck B series LS VTEC. I couldn't guarantee you it lived at 600 plus for a very long time, but you know what? If we were going to the track, I'd leave it there. If the track sticks it, we're leaving it. But like I showed y'all, we're pretty much left it at the 517. So I'm gonna sign out here after that quick disclaimer. Peace.
Run through all the gears. I want to see what it does. Like someone like nothing on. Don't lose it, bro. Don't lose it. Dude, it fucking broke them loose in fourth gear. Huh? It broke them loose in fourth gear. You don't want it. Bill. Ha ha ha.